Look at how easy it is to parry. It's like you literally can't go wrong with this. Oh my god! Hey guys, MrPokke here, back with another video. This is not a clickbait, actually a game-breaking bug that is currently within Wuthering Waves as of the 1st of June, 8:23 p.m. This bug, it is much more than echo, hidden pity, hidden echo mechanics where you're guaranteed your 3 stars or 4 stars. This bug, it quite literally breaks this game, and I'm just gonna be making a video about this so that Kuro Games can actually fix this bug, because it first popped up in CN. I think one of the earliest videos that was made about this bug was actually the 24th of May actually. So CN has known about this bug for like a really long time, and only just today have I actually gotten the news that this bug still exists till this day. So hopefully by making a video about it, Kuro Games can actually go ahead and patch this as of their earliest convenience, right? Because it quite literally breaks them. So without further ado, let's get into today's content. Subscribe! Okay, so what exactly is this game-breaking bug? It is quite simply the ability to slow down time in Wuthering Waves. Yes, you heard that right. You quite literally have the ability to slow down time in Wuthering Waves and just straight up break every single possible game mechanic that Wuthering Waves combat system has to offer. This bug has been in place, as you can see here, since the 24th of May, and up till this day, it has been pretty much a week. It still exists till this day, right? So this is just one of the videos showing how the bug happens. So you can see that by using this bug, your character will pretty much move at a normal speed, whereas everything else in the overworld is slowed down. Not just in the overworld, but also in Tower of Adversity as well as hologram fights. I've done some extensive testings as to exactly what is the cause and what are the effects of this bug. From the CM player over here, you can see that his Calchero is moving in completely normal and attacking in completely normal times, whereas everything in the overworld is pretty much slowed to like 1/10 of the speed. The particles are still the same, but the movements of the enemy mobs, they are completely slowed down. It is quite literally like you're living in the Matrix. That is basically what is happening to this bug right now. And yes, it does work with Tower of Adversity, it does work with hologram. So there's a reason why this bug is just a very serious bug, because if players were to exploit this bug, they can theoretically pretty much do 10 times the damage, because it's damage per second, and the seconds now in this game, it is slowed down to 1/10 of the speed. So you're quite literally 10 times the damage. Maybe not exactly 10 times, but your damage goes up by however slow this slow is, right? In Wuthering Waves. So as you can see here, man is just attacking normally in the overworld, and there's a little bit of a hit lag, but I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how much effect it actually impacts. Alright, I can see, okay, actually you can see over here, right? So Chixia now, she has swapped out, and she's attacking in the exact same time as you would if you were in the normal time. But everything else in the overworld, they are moving much slower, like much slower. Even the ultimate animation for Calchero is completely slower, but even during this ultimate animation, Calchero is literally still auto-attacking. He is still spamming his basic attacks while ultimating and like everything is still slow, which pretty much just gives you an infinite amount of damage boost, right? So that is pretty much the gist of this bug, and I would now be showing you guys exactly what happens if you were to make this bug appear in-game, right? I will now be doing this on Tower of Adversity, but this bug pretty much has been shown to work in anywhere in the current content in Wuthering Waves, right? So Calchero, let's do it with a Chixia as well as a Mortifate, right? So we're just gonna go into it. So exactly what is the concept of this bug is that it abuses your tap, because when you are tapped out, everything slows down, right? Everything slows down while you're in the utilities wheel. So it is essentially locking your enemies into the slowed state when you're using utility wheel, whereas your character still moves in the non-slow state. So that is pretty much. So what players have noticed is that by using the, you will get locked, so not get locked, but you will unlock yourself when everything is slowed. So now your character activates ultimate, whereas everything is still in slow-mo, right? So now everything is gonna be in slow-mo. You will notice that my units, my Calchero, he's gonna be moving around in normal time. You can also notice that the timer of the tower adversity, it goes down at a ridiculously slow pace. You are quite literally at a 1/10 of the speed of a single second, right? So this is 8, 7, 6. These are milliseconds, right? So a single second now, it probably lasts anywhere. I think this is probably 1 second is equivalent to 10 seconds. Yeah, so now this is 1 second is equivalent to 10 seconds, right? Let me just make sure. Yeah, 1 second is 10 seconds. So you're quite literally 10 timesing your damage output with any unit, because your units are attacking in a time frame where you are at the normal speed, whereas the time goes down at 1/10 of the speed, and the enemy movement also moves at 1/10 of the speed, right? So you can easily dodge out any attacks. All right, they're gonna hit you. Just stand here, whoa, and just dodge out, right? The same thing works for parries. The same thing works for enemy incoming projectiles. It is just completely breaking the game. So if you were to attack, you are also attacking at pretty much the normal speed. Although for melee units there are some hit lags, right? There's a little bit of hit lag for melee units. You can see that it's a little bit slow, but you can either cancel out the hit lag by simply dodging away and just go back to attacking in the normal speed again. Or the alternative to this is to switch out to a ranged unit. So upon switching out to a ranged unit when you have their outro skill, they will now attack in completely normal speed. There's no hit lag. This is the exact same attack animation in the normal speed, right? So it is quite literally 10 timesing your range DPS damage output. Not range, sorry, your pistols, right? So this currently, I've tested it myself. It only works with Mortifei as well as Chixia, right? These are the only two units that will have absolutely zero hit lag when you are in this time slow mode, right? So this will pretty much last for the entirety of the fight until you beat out the entire fight, and then the stage ends. And then if you were to switch back into another unit, such as Mortifei, you can see that he is also moving in a completely normal speed, and he will also be attacking in the very, very normal speed. But that being said, if you were to switch out to a melee unit, melee units, they have a little bit of hit lag, right? You can see Calchero, there's a little bit of hit lag, right? So these are for melee units. But if you're range, then you've pretty much gotten a 10 times attack buff, right? You are literally multiplying damage by 10 times, right? So that is essentially the impact number one of why this bug needs to be patched immediately, right? So that's gonna be number one. Another reason why this bug is so game breaking is also, like I mentioned just now, the ease of dodging and parrying enemy attacks, especially those parry bars that players have a difficulty with. So I will be demonstrating this against the monkey, and I will instead be using melee units this time. So like I mentioned, melee units, they do have a hit lag, so they are not gonna be able to attack in the 10 times the speed. So for Heaven MC, for example, if we were to do it with the monkey, what the? Okay, got it. Alright, so if you were to do it with the Havoc MC, right? So you can see, when you attack, yes, you can attack mid-out animation, right? You can attack mid-out animation, and you're gonna stay her Bobas in this frame. Because you are melee, your attacks are still very, very slow. But the benefit is you can instantly dodge your attacks. Okay, that's not counted because you are literally in animation, you can't even move. But it makes melee units move a lot more responsively. So you can see how slowly the monkey moves, right? You're pretty much never gonna get hit. But the thing is, if you attack, it is slowed down, unlike ranged units. So your attack damage output is probably not going to be as fast compared to a ranged unit, right? So this is going to be this. I'm going to see if I can do the outro skill for my next melee unit. Alright, so we'll do a Qi Yan. You can see that Ji Yan's movement is normal. You can see that for all melee units, there will always be a little bit of hit lag, right? A little bit. But it is not that to the point where they're damaged, because they are still attacking in their normal animation, right? This is still the normal animation. It's just they have a little bit of hit lag compared to range units. So for melee units, it's gonna be this way. But the main thing I just want to get across is just how easily you can just completely take 0 damage when you're against a stage like level 100 monkey, right? So another example, I need this guy to do his big hit. So you can see he's charging up for his grab, and the parry is gonna come up. Look at how easy it is to parry. It's like you literally can't go wrong with this. So even babies can parry the game now, because you have like 20,000 years to actually hit the parry button, right? So, really game-breaking bug. Although that being said, the damage is probably not gonna be as high compared to, say, like a range unit, right? But still, it is still quite fast. It's just a slight bit of hit lag, right? It's still a slight bit of hit lag. So, you can pretty much just use this and destroy the game, pretty much, right? It basically wins the game for you, right? So that is basically how this bug works right now in Wuthering Waves. Like I mentioned, as of the 1st of June, it is still fully functional. So the bottom line is, really hope that Kuro Games fix this like as soon as humanly possible. Okay, actually, you know what? Let me just demonstrate to you guys in the hologram as well. So if we were to go ahead and fight the most difficult boss in the entire game, which is Tempest Mephis. Oh. Okay, yep, okay, it works. Yep, it works. Okay. Yep, so as you guys can see, it pretty much works in any content in the game. Yep, so if you were to just switch back out after the intro skill, I don't think you can unlock this until you get the intro skill up. Okay, there's a little bit of a hit lag here. I might just die here because I can't move until the ultimate animation is over. Okay, now it's good. Yeah, so you can see, you do need to switch when you have an intro skill ready, otherwise your unit will still be in slow-mo. But let me just get my intro skill up. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so now you pretty much can just beat like this stage very easily. You're just never gonna get hit, and you're just never gonna get punished, and your damage goes up by 10 times because, you know, you're a range unit. There's no hit lag, right? So like even a baby can beat the most difficult mode in the entire world now, especially for range units. You literally just stand there and just shoot them to death, right? Yeah, it pretty much works in Overworld, it works in Tower of Adversity, it works in Hologram. Not sure if it works with Elusive Realm, but I'm thinking it probably does because it's like a game-wide code bug or whatever kind of it is. So yeah, that is pretty much going to be it. Before we wrap up this video, I also do want to say this. Do not try this bug, because you may very well get banned for trying out this bug with the intention of exploiting the in-game system, right? The reason why we make a video about it is to bring awareness, to Kuro Games so that they can actually fix this bug. I don't think anyone has even thought about it yet, especially not on YouTube, even though in Bilibili, so many people have been talking about it, right? So hopefully Kuro Games can listen to this and actually fix this ASAP. And hey, who knows, right? We might get a compensation for this as well, which is gonna be absolutely crazy. So yeah, that is pretty much the end of today's content. If you guys want to engage in further discussions, go on to the Discord, Pokke's Village, where we're very active comment on Wuthering Waves on a daily basis. Want to check out my stream? That's twitch.tv/MrPokke. I'll need to go on to MrPokke. I'll stream every day, so on Discord. So that's all I have for today. All the best for your TM pools, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.